We're common loaded for bear. So obviously I went to Seattle. I posted a quick little snippet of it. There wasn't much to show. Been feeling sorry for myself. I have raced pretty much nonstop. I mean, as hard as anybody. Just trying to think about this. 7 years. I mean, I've been racing before that, but I mean, kind of improving and getting to the level I am now. And I needed to do some reflection because I didn't really know the direction to go, so I didn't know what to share. But the Nova got home, blew a head gasket after all that engine work. I don't know what caused it. We'll get into that. But the injector, I want to send the injectors out. I ordered parts to freshen Old Reliable, and I put the car up for sale because I was like, well, I'll just put the old motor in it that literally has been trouble-free for 4 years. It has some freshens on it, but it needed rods. It had like 70 passes on it. Rings, bearings, the whole Marianne, the heads freshen. Well, I already did the heads. So I was like, perfect. Put that thing in here and try to make some races. But all the house projects, football practice started. I'm coaching, so that's 2 hours a day, 5 days a week. Didn't really leave a lot of time for race car. And when this happened, I was like, well, the season's done. It is what it is. I'm not going to have any time. And I already cut my season back from a normal like 12 or 13 race schedule to a 6. I had 3 of those races done at the end before like the first weekend my kids were out of school. So we made it to one other. We're missing the one that's this weekend, which is Samoa. And then I've got Reading. I have one race left that I can tentatively make if I start busting my ass. We have extreme temperatures here in the Willamette Valley, which we're not really used to. So the Nova, we pull in, it just sat trailer behind the motorhome for 2 weeks, which is abnormal. I'm getting calls like, hey man, you get the thing fixed, you get it tore apart, because everyone that knows me know it's just balls to the wall, get as much crap done. But I needed some perspective. I needed to think. So doing the smart thing, I'm in my 40s. Let's sit back and think about where I want to be. I put the car up for sale again because I was like, I want a different direction. We're back to the thinking about pro mods, thinking the grass would be greener. I have a really bitchin' car. I put a lot of work in it, and then I kind of have some reality that I'm not going to have time to sort someone else's problems out because these things are just nothing but a problem. And once you start racing at a level, things have to be right, engine placement, things like that. So you end up moving stuff. I really need some more front weight in the car. I need to front half the car. I need to do a new firewall. I need to redo the window. I have a heavy front clip. So I could get this thing down to pro mod weight with a fiberglass body and a carbon front end. I think I could shave 300 pounds off of it, which is not nothing, and get this thing down in the 2,500 range. I think that's totally obtainable for future goals. So I've been thinking about that and then thinking about my engine combo. Well, I need to do all this work to the car, but I wanted to keep running these motors with fuel heads so I didn't have to keep working on the car and could race it and enjoy it. I'll get to that. So I unload the car. I literally come out here finally. I'm going to work on it today. I was like, I'm going to tear the front clip off. Check this out. School bus is real. Got this trailer and I come to get my hood holder out. And my fire system went off. Can't even make this up, man. Oh, like there's powder. At least it covered everything. I mean, I always curious how this thing would work. It's like a makeshift fire system. Well, it works pretty good. So we're going to close that. Hopefully all that stuff will leaf blow out of there, but I don't know. And the roof vent is cracked on this thing because it's a black trailer and it's 100. So just showed you the trailer, but something caused this in the motor. Fuel, timing, or a parts failure. And I'm leaning towards the parts failure, but I'm hoping that it didn't torch a hole in the block and through the head, which it might have. But old trusty, I got connecting rods over there, bearings, rings. I got head gaskets. So I took this off. It's not for sale anymore. We're gonna sell the new wheelies. Got the thing all spiffed up because we need some money for race car. That's what we do, right? So you go out and you look at the trailer and you just can't even make that stuff up. I'm not trying to feel sorry for myself, but damn, my reflection, I thought, okay, the last year that I raced the dart kicked ass. We run 8 out of the 12 races, and we won 8 out of the 12 races that I entered. I kicked ass in that car. I go down and race with all these fast guys. I start turning it up. The car starts showing weaknesses. I come up with the Nova, throw the Nova together mid-season. So we sucked with the dart that last year. Sell it. It's got a good home, but I'm trying to take it to the, I'm racing with the fastest guys on this side of the country. So on my little shoestring budget, I'm trying to go as fast as I can. I need a better car, lighter car, safety, all the things. Make the switch, go out. Car showed a lot of promise. Went to some no prep races. I'm like, here we go. Spend that winter. Let me back up. I built a new dart. Before I went and raced with the guys in California, I built a new dart, tube chassis, 6.0 cert. And when I was racing with them, I learned some things, and I needed to get away from a car that had body line interfering with the tire. I needed to run a 34.5. So, learned things. I spent all winter building that car. Get the Nova, do the mid-season swap. It's orange. I come home over the winter. I tear the whole thing apart, made my buddy paint it, bring it back out, wreck it. First race of the season. Thrash. I found the limit of the car pretty quick early on in the season, but we were running low 1060 foots. I went 101 with the 2. The car was all over the racetrack, but low 430s, aborting the passes early. I never made a full hit in the car. Hey, the thing needs chassis work. I need to do something to keep the front end down. Back to the drawing board. So I'm pretty confident it would have ran a 20 or a teen. Anyway, so I didn't have lofty goals by wanting to run O's or 90s, and I think this car can do that. So double frame rail, carbon, all the stuff over the winter. Throw this other motor, my spare motor, the motor that blew up 5 years ago in the dart, in this thing, and it has been nothing but problems all year. I want to know if all the work that I did was for naught. So we're putting old Trusty in there. Gonna get a new set of rods, new set of rings, the dingle ball hone, freshen, good set of heads, good rocker gear. So I'm gonna take all the good parts off of this motor, and then this motor is gonna get sold. It's not happy with me. I don't like it. We're gonna separate ways here. So there'll be a good deal on a Hemi coming up, and I have no reason to think that it won't cooperate for somebody else. But most of the problems have been my camshaft and the fucking grinding mishap and the 45 degree and all the things. So it's going to have a blower cam. It's going to have a blower intake on it. It's got an RCD gear drive. It's got good parts. It's got a Bryant billet crank in it. Anyway, I want old Trusty back in here because when I go to front half this car eventually, I have Brad 5 stuff. I have a billet block. I have a sheet metal intake. I'm going to put a bitchin' motor in here. But I need to redo all my turbo piping. I want my turbos out in the front. That's 100 pounds of weight I can move. So there's the future goals. Maybe a fiberglass body someday. But I'd like to, if I'm doing all that, I need a new front end, front half. I'd like to move the motor forward an inch. It's a lot of work to do that, but I need to do that. I want to do a bitchin' firewall. From the firewall back, my car is as nice as any fucking car out there. If I do a firewall in the front half, I don't know, I see Novas popping up for sale for $300,000, $250,000. With a better engine and a front half, I have a car that is in that realm, which is really cool. I know a lot of guys would kill to have the stuff that I have. I have grinded and hustled. I'm hustling that to dump every fucking penny into this thing. And This thing's kicked my ass, but thinking about this, I've had 3 years of suck. 3 years. I need to get back to where this was fun. It is not fun driving 7 hours, blowing your fucking engine up in 150 feet and driving home. I'm not having fun. I don't care how fucking cool it is. I feel like a lot of people would have given up a long time ago. I just keep barreling away 100 fucking miles an hour and beating my head against the wall. So, I do want to test this thing. I want to make sure that it's working going into the winter. I'd like to fucking have old Trusty in here and not fuck with it and just roll into race season next year, ready to rock and roll. Whether or not I can make the race in Reading is a moot point. I need to have this thing dialed in going into next year. So that's the plan, freshen this. But I am going to pull this apart. I'm going to send my injectors out. I'm going to make sure everything's right. And I should be able to put old Trusty in here, fire it up, load a fucking tune from last season when it was running hard, fighting the thing down the racetrack the whole way, and it should run fast. With all the chassis work and stuff, this thing hasn't even touched the wheelie bars this season and has went 108. And I've been trying to leave hard, but with all the problems, it just isn't working. I got dump valves I want to test. I got all this cool shit I want to test. But that's where I need to be. So I'm going to start tinkering away at this thing. I was like, I could probably pull the head in an hour. And then I walk out and the trailer's fucked up. So, whatever. Football got canceled because it's 90-something, 98 today. It was 103 yesterday. And we live in the rainy part of Oregon, so it doesn't do this. But we've had more hot days this summer than any other summer. And I keep track of them because we get heat index reports at work over 80 to let your workers know, hey, it's too hot, take breaks. So that's where I am. That's where Blue Collar Bullet is. I haven't given up. You know, I'm just feeling sorry for myself, guys. So maybe you guys can relate. But a couple weeks, you know, a little bit of family time. We got soccer tournaments the last 2 weekends of August, right before school starts, including Labor Day. So this Saturday, we're going to go over to Eastern Oregon. We're going to have some fun with the family. And maybe I get this thing ready. Maybe I don't. I'm okay with it. I'm okay either way. I was okay when I blew it up. I just kind of accepted that this year ran its course and that it was what it was. So, I'd like to pull this apart. And yeah, I guess you guys will be in hyperlapse just talking. So maybe that's why I don't have a lot of viewers, because I just get on here and talk and talk and talk. I don't know. But I can't sit still. And it is too hot to be out here, but fucking toughen up, Buttercup. Here we go. We're going to stop right here. So this thing is soaked in oil. These are soaked because the plug got soaked. This billet tube come apart as soon as I took the valve cover off. Like, that thing threads on there. I don't know. I've never seen one of those come apart. So news to me. These are made by Manton. They're really nice. So I found a small piece of this. I'd like to find the other piece. But there's my head gasket. And I'm going to have to pull the intake and pump the fuel system and stuff out. But I wanted to stop. So there's where the down on power was. Did the push rod tube cause a misfire that blew this head gasket out? I mean, that's possible. It's a bummer, but there's a miss. Obviously, this push rod failed. Don't know why. But it was down on power when I launched, so maybe that happened in the burnout. I didn't hear a miss. I've heard this thing miss a lot, so I'm pretty up on it. But that's weird. And the end of the plug. There's the push rod hole. Another one. So I don't know. I mean, that to me doesn't really look like it got hot. Maybe a little bit. I don't know. What do you guys think? Lastly, so get in the comments, tell me what you guys think, see if you can guess what caused this. I honestly thought maybe this had loosened up because I've had problems with this head stud and all the business. I did have to drill dowel holes in this head gasket. Maybe I messed up. Maybe I goofed up. So I got that going against me because I didn't get the right gaskets. So, and I was on a time crunch. But I'm gonna tear this side apart too. Guess we'll see. Now, I'm not an expert here, but look at how distorted that is. So this is my fuel hoop ring, and it just pushed it out. It just absolutely mangled it. And this is this is a good gasket, man, you know? I think this thing hydrolocked. Got some discoloration on the piston there. I think it hydrolocked. There's no torch mark, so hooray there. Like, my fuel hoop still looks fine. Let me know what you think. I wanted to give you an update and finish out this video. I have decided to do something else. So instead of freshening Old Faithful, this motor, I pulled the heads back off where I torched the gasket because they're nice and they're all titanium valves and they're all fresh. And I'm putting these back on, which are also all fresh, because these have the hole for an extra head stud. And this block has a hole for an extra head stud. So, right there. I posted that online, and guys were thinking that this corner just wasn't tight. So these are the gaskets I pulled off when I broke all the rocker stuff. It kind of tried to pull this head stud out of the block, and I didn't torque it like I did the other head studs. I just lessened it up like 20 foot-pounds. And I'm not sure that it compressed the gasket in the right spot. But anyway, I'm putting this little head stud. It's a little step stud that's 7/16 to 3/8. So it's not a lot, but it's something. Because basically all this rocker gear hooks up on this head stud. And that's a lot of spring pressure for a head stud that's not really all that great. That block's hammered. And this rocker gear has an extra set of bolts here that the old rocker gear did not have. So these are going back on. So I'm using my bitchin' rocker gear. I'm using those heads. I'm gonna hopefully give this motor one last hurrah, and then I'll probably sell it at the end of the season, but we'll see. But Old Reliable I want in there next season. So I just, this motor just keeps having stupid problems. keeps having stupid problems, and I'm tired of it. So racing's difficult enough without having chasing your ass, and my motors I've never had a problem with engines. So this thing, I don't know, just doesn't like me. But I don't really care about those heads that are going on there, and I don't really care about that block. I want to eventually move to Brad's stuff. I have an intake, I have heads, I have all this stuff, but I have to redo my turbo piping, and I'm going to have to like front half the car and redo the firewall and the window cutout. So, and I'd like to move my turbos and redo my oil system and all kinds of things. But I don't want to do that with all the stuff I have going on right now. So anyway, hopefully the next video will be at the track and I won't be breaking stuff. All right, smash that like button and subscribe.